Flexing.
Oh, the ultimate flex is being on this show again. Let's do this.
Somebody's wearing a tiny little jean jacket. Somebody has a little denim jacket on. Somebody has a cute little popped collar denim. Yeah. Jean jacket denim, yeah. So
Justin,
that's
verse 2.
my song.
Somebody's wearing a V-neck T-shirt. This is the first half hour of the show. Somebody's shaved their little teeny mustache.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to hell.
We are off to the races, every bitch.
Let's do this.
Like
Welcome
it.
to Characters Welcome, gang.
Characters Welcome, the best goddamn character-based online comedy show hell that I've ever heard of. You know?
Yes.
Certainly. There are only like 5 or 6 of them, and we are the clear victor.
Yeah, 100%. And we've got the best demons, the most crooked souls coming at you from Brimstone County in the best little corner of hell we've ever seen.
This is your drive time DJ character.
Hey,
I'm living for
coming
it.
at you. Oh, don't overlook me.
Marky Post is on the show.
Wow.
Can we talk about her new Hallmark movie?
Hell? Marky Post is in hell?
Oh, yeah. She knows what she did.
Wow.
You guys got any news? Anything exciting going on this week?
This week?
Anything big?
I'm picking up a box of vegetables on Saturday from
Broccolini!
That's actually huge right now.
It's going to be random vegetables, and guess what? It's been winter, so they're going to be weird ones.
I was about to ask you, what are your thoughts on, like, you know, they have those boxes that send you like
Ugly?
third hand vegetables? Yeah, the gross guys.
The
Is that what
ugly
this
ones
is?
are really fun.
No, this is just like a farm. Like they drop it off in Bed-Stuy, and I go pick up a different box or bag every. The winter shares once a month, and it's usually like 500 potatoes and then a couple pieces of lettuce and some.
I'm glad it's regular stuff because I'm going to be honest. Maybe not a well liked opinion. I don't want to eat an ugly cucumber. I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat a janked up piece of broccoli.
The vanity.
Sorry.
I'll eat an irregular thing. It's just I already throw out enough produce, and this feels like an offer to throw out even more
produce. Yeah.
And that I'm not interested in.
That's a good point.
I love it because it's like a dare to like. It's like, oh yeah, cook all these artichokes. Cook! I dare you to cook all this shit. And I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to make this taste.
Let's do this. Sarah and I have been getting like those steam bags of vegetables, which I know is like you're paying 7 times the price for less
for a bag.
But it's easy.
It's easy.
So easy.
I've been into riced cauliflower.
Good.
Holy shit! What?
Wait, you won't eat a weird vegetable, but you're buying riced cauliflower?
I'll tell you what. Take the weird vegetable, throw it in a blender till I can't recognize it anymore.
Delicious.
I'll eat some of that.
Trick me into thinking it's great.
Such vanity in you, Eric. How dare you? Such vanity.
Here I am sitting high atop my golden kitchen, demanding only the most gorgeous of fruits and veggies.
I love you're like, I must buy this steam bag vegetables. I don't have time in this pandemic to go through the normal steaming process. It must happen immediately in a tiny bag.
Really?
I tell you what,
lazier.
we have not swayed from the 3 ingredient dinner, you know? The protein, the vegetable, the potatoes, the rice.
Starch, yeah.
I have not done any. I've learned nothing of cooking.
Not one damn thing.
I've learned nothing.
We've just heated food up, essentially.
That's it.
That's good. A little warmth is all the Neanderthals needed. Why are we any different?
It should be different from
That's how I cook. I cook one thing and it's omelets. Sometimes it has 4 or 5 ingredients on a really crazy day, but other than that,
I'm literally the opposite. I cook elaborate meals for no one. My wife is like, can we just eat carrots and hummus and shit? And I'm just like, no, I've made this very elaborate. And I'm like, it's 9:30 time to eat. She's like, I hate you. Just let's get bread out. And I'm like, no, it must be this elaborate stew.
That's so funny.
Oh boy, what a dream.
Well, we've been talking about produce, which is lighting our audience on fire. They're so excited to hear about it.
The comments are
But what if we made a shift and we made it real boring for the show, where we actually did like sketch comedy characters?
How about
Every character tonight is an ingredient in a great dinner. So just see if you can put it together, and the recipe is in your box.
So let's bring out the first ingredient of the delicious supper that is tonight's show. Please welcome into the rectangles a sock at your grandma's house. Woo!
Schön schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal rüber. Schön.
Oh, David, how wonderful to see you again. It's me, a bunch of your grandma's socks. I'm so happy you're spending your whole 9th grade summer vacation here at Gam Gam's. Let an old sock get a good look at you. There he is. Sure is nice having someone with me here in the spare bedroom. You're going to have quite the summer. You'll explore the woods, watch old Western movies with Granny, and, because you're 15, find a bunch of places to shamefully jerk off. Probably in me. And that's quite all right. I'm not your grandma. I'm just a loose pile of her old forgotten socks. You won't remember me. The only one who will never, ever forget is you. So go ahead, dear. Whip an old sock up a fresh batch of Grandma's nut butter. I don't mind. In fact, I'd prefer if it was me. I saw you eyeing Grandma's doilies over there, and they're way too fragile for your explosive young stream. You're safe here. It's just you, me, and, hold on, up, and this unblinking photo of your actual grandparents. It's okay, David. Everyone's jizzed at Gam Gam's house before. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. If they say they haven't, they are lying. It is a despicable secret that the whole world shares. And the experience was the same for everyone. Humiliating, silent, and very close to something hand-quilted. Oh, boy, have you grown up, David. I remember just last year you couldn't fall asleep without a warm milk from Grandma. Now you can't fall asleep without a warm milk in Grandma. Oh, yeah. Growing up is gross, right? No, you can't use one of your socks. There's only so many times Grandma will do your laundry and believe you when you tell her you stepped in honey again. You know, Grandma was once your age too, David. And what that means is she's rubbed hot ones off on every horizontal surface in this place. Think about it. Really think about it. There's nothing you can do in this house that she hasn't already done, sweatier and set to a Beach Boys album. But don't fret, David. It's going to be a great summer. Ice cream sundaes for breakfast, late night games of cards, and when everyone has gone to bed, yanking your dirty turkey less than a foot away from Pappy's war medals. Yes. He lost his leg so you would have the freedom to make your legs go numb. And if you're scared that Granny will find out, don't worry, dear. She already knows. Everyone's grandma already knows. Now, rude, turn around that photo of yourself as a baby on the dresser and give Grandma's sock a big sticky kiss.
Woo!
Eric Fuhrer, everyone, giving us the essential first ingredient in any delicious dinner, a big old glob of jizz.
Yeah. That's the cooking liquid. You know, when I would go over to my grandma's house, we would walk in the front door. She would clap her hands and point at the sign that says, "Everybody jizzes at Gam Gams." And that's just her. This really resonates with me.
Look, y'all can pretend that you didn't do it, but it's fine. I'm the only one who's brave enough to say that it happened, and that's okay.
Well, I guess I did. I guess I definitely rubbed one out at Grandma's.
Everyone has, and it's okay.
I think I rubbed one out for the first time in my aunt and uncle's attic in France.
Whoa!
That is so beautiful.
What are you, a short story from World War II or something?
That's a goddamn Wes Anderson movie. Holy shit.
See, when we slept at my grandma's house, my siblings and I all slept in the same room and two of us in the same bed. So very little masturbation.
Well, let me answer that with that is, so what? That's not going to stop anyone at that age.
Your bravery is turning quickly into a slight perversion.
It's a little bit of a perverted aggression. I'm like, everyone else has to have had this experience.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I think you're describing at least one crime, so that's good.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Oh, boy, what a dream.
What a dream.
What a dream. What do you folks think? Should we throw to their next character?
No, we got to talk about our Tickly. It'll be a cool mention how you can support all these great artists. That puppet that Eric turned into his grandma's masturbation sock doesn't come cheap. Help support Eric's lifestyle with a suggested donation of $5. Hit us up at gotickly.co/tip/the squirrel NYC. Hit us up. We need it because otherwise, imagine if it was just a sock. Woof.
Woof!
Woof, indeed!
Oh, boy, what a dream. We got a question in the chat. Do we have a Discord? Great question. We do not have a Discord. I'm sorry. But,
beautiful.
Holy hell, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to, Kurt, could you check this private chat real quick and just throw up my Discord?
Wow.
Everyone can hang out in my Discord if you feel like it's called Eric Fear's #1 Hog Club.
Wow, I have no idea what a Discord is.
Don't investigate any further.
It's like a Slack for the cool kids.
You can plan your next white power domestic terrorism event on it. So that's good.
I like that, Eric. The person asking the question was like, "Hey, can we all go hang out at this fun place?" You're like, "No, you're coming to my house. Get over here.
Welcome to the cage. You're sitting here with me.
Get in."
Mm-hmm.
We should have a Discord. It's fun. I do a podcast about comic books, and we have a Slack channel where a bunch of people come and hang out, and we get into shit.
I mean, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe we will. Maybe soon in the future we'll have one. What a dream.
Yeah.
So you have a Slack channel and not a Discord?
That's correct.
Okay.
Because comic books are nerdy, and so is Slack, I would say.
Ooh. Discord's not nerdy? I'd like to see where you're drawing your lines, sir. Show your work.
Yeah, Discord is definitely for the cool ones.
There's nothing cooler than what I just showed you.
What's cooler than slacking, bro?
I'm not clicking that link, by the way. I'm not seeing it. Not going to look. I'm not going to see.
What do you say we keep this going, huh?
Let's do it.
You feel good?
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for keeping us on task.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Please welcome your next character, a vampire hunter.
Whoa!
Greetings, students. I am Victor von Helsing of the Zaragoza von Helsings, and today, for a healthy fee, I'm going to teach you all the basics of vampire hunting. Entonces, empezamos! Let's get started. Now, people often ask me, how do you kill a vampire? And I laugh. They're already dead. So I teach the method of putting vampires to sleep forever. Now, what is the first word that comes to mind when you think of a vampire? No, sharp. Very, very sharp. Sharp and very scary. Their fangs, their claws, their cruel sense of humor. It cuts deep. They'll mock the size of your steak and say, "Is it in yet?" They sneer. They sneer when you release your bowels and call it your holy water. Not cool. That's why we have rule number 1. Never invite them anywhere. And never under any circumstances ever take off your clothes in front of them. Those bastards will laugh and tell each other they would like to report a murder. What was that? Yeah! Reflexes. Vampires are very quick, so it's important to always be prepared to run. Running away is the best way to regain the tactical advantage so we can put them all to sleep forever. Now, if you practice running away often, you'll be in pretty... But what if that's not enough? What if you happen to be in a town full of vampires and you don't have time to stretch or warm up? Huh? Well, that's where fire comes in handy. It warms you up and makes it easier to see vampires in the dark. To be safe, burn everything. Set fire to the whole town. It's pretty and will distract the vampires long enough to give you a head start to run away. If you set enough fires, there will be other people running alongside you, but they'll just be running from the fire. You'll be running from the vampires. Vampires can't catch everyone, and while they feed on the slowpokes, perhaps the fire gets some of those bastards that mocked your perfectly normal-sized crucifix. And fire will put them to sleep forever. But hold on, Victor. I'm just a slow, defenseless human juice box who's afraid of fire. How can I protect myself? Well, there are many ways to destroy vampires. Decapitation, hard destruction, sunlight, or UV light, but not Bud Light. The science does not support it. All of these methods are great for laying the grave work. But the most dangerous weapon of all is the human brain. Think. Vampires hate puns, limericks, and classic joke structure. There once was a vamp from Nantucket. Grabbed a man by the neck just to suck it. At 1:45, he was having no fun because he was sucking a dirty sock puppet. Usually, they lose their appetite halfway through that limerick and leave, which is fantastic. Good humor puts vampires to sleep forever. No, it was my reflection in the mirror. Still not a vampire. This reminds me, stealth. Another important lesson is stealth. Personally, my mission is to achieve maximum stealth by visiting places where you normally wouldn't find vampires, like a tropical beach, or a boat, or a church boat, and just stealthily hang out. Be cool. Play it cool, and you won't find yourself in any precarious situations. Also, this stealth method is a perfect bonus if you're trying to avoid your family for any reason, like they're embarrassed about why you're not killing more vampires, or they keep nagging you about when you're going to settle down and put a bun in the coven. Oye, people, ¿por qué no veniste al family bonfire? Ay, déjame, mamá! That's just a made-up example off the top of my head. Lastly, figure out who's a vampire and stay away from them. How? Tell them a joke. And if they don't laugh, it's time to start a fire and start running. A vampire walks into a neck, orders a pint. Bartender says, "You're a pain in my neck." Vampire says, "What? It's healthy to eat organic." Well, these are the sun is turning to fat. Gotta run.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Mike Smith Rivera, and more importantly, let's hear it for Mike Smith Rivera's Al Pacino and/or Liza Minnelli wig.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do some punk music.
I love a tiny bang, and those are the tiniest bangs.
What a dream.
Yeah, little Chuck Todd bangs.
Ugh, don't even say that. Hey,
How are you, dude?
I'm great. That was so much fun. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, you bet.
Your idea of a church boat really sent shivers down my spine. Really, the ocean is the one thing the churches haven't taken over. You know.
Well, and they could have a casino on it too. So it's a great idea.
This is huge.
Honestly,
church by day, casino by night.
Yeah.
Half the Lord, half the devil.
They can't cross bodies of water, so
Wow.
put a church on a boat, you got double the pay.
That's amazing. Where are you coming at us from?
We are in Hell's Kitchen, across the street from UCB.
Wow.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
What's UCB?
I'm sorry, where?
Yeah. It's the UCB Bank, United Canadian Britain.
Yeah.
Yeah, United Cash Bank. Yeah.
How's the neighborhood? What's going on? Is it?
It's quiet for the most part, wouldn't you say? It's pretty quiet, and a lot of things are closed up. A lot of sad. There's a pile of Treadwell tokens over here we can't use.
Are there a lot of improvisers walking up to the UCB, touching the door, and sort of shedding quiet here?
It's a shrine. It's a wailing wall up there. It's well lit, so there's a lot of smoking in front of it. And dogs.
Wow.
So it's
Some
nice
things
to
never
have
change.
nice to have a haven for the smokers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. They opened a Target, which would have been a prop mecca, but yeah,
True.
it's crazy. It is crazy how they've all closed down the strip on 10th Avenue of bars that used to be vibrant. But they have built shanty restaurants on the side, off the sidewalks. So
Aren't those things amazing? It's so
I
I
much
love those tiny little buildings that apparently are outdoors.
yeah,
There's one near us that we really like. That is, I like it because they just put plexiglass on every side and the ceiling, so it's a hamster cage of
exactly. Maybe there's a market there for like some sort of playpen, like a McDonald's playground ball pit on the outside.
Honestly, I would get in there. That sounds fun.
Why not?
I mean, I don't know if they're going to go do away with those because everybody likes outdoor dining. Like once we've committed, we live in restaurant shanty town.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a vital part of the cafe scene. Then they just because they used to have the street fairs all the time, and I imagine they'll bring those back too. So it'll just be they should just have a stand-up MRI outside. Right before you get all your. It's like a common medieval fair.
We're getting there.
What you're describing terrifies me.
Yeah,
And is like,
Yeah.
Have you developed any fun, new, interesting hobbies during quarantine? Anything that you didn't think you'd get into?
A lot of painting the same room twice and 3 times with multiple paints of different shades when they're not satisfactory to the specifications of the architect of the apartment. I think that, and we've been making a lot of stuff, which has been cool. We're doing Sketchcram again on the 13th.
Great.
Nice.
And just making a lot of stuff and keeping busy. We built, of course, a sound booth in the closet. It's a must-have in the post-quar age. But anything else? I don't know.
Hey, let me ask you this: who are you talking to? Is there a person?
Oh, that's
there?
the missus. That's my wife. She's the producer here. She's present. She's my live studio audience. My test subject for the monologue, and she's wonderful.
Shut it.
Yeah.
hi, Kelly.
Hi.
She's shy.
Oh boy, Mike! Thank you so much for doing the show and for
Thank
being
you. Thank you for having me. I'm glad I was able to do it. Take care.
See you. We'll see you at Sketchcram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
really fun. That green screen was really, really good.
So
Oh,
bad.
yeah. They've got all the gear, baby.
My God.
Yeah, they've made really cool stuff over Core.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I'm excited to see Sketchgram. Sketchgram has been so much fun.
Oh yeah, Kurt, you don't have any Doomsday Commemoration Mega Show art, do you? You got to tell people about this event.
No, I do not.
All right, that's fine.
Silence.
We'll plug it next week because then it'll be the Wednesday before the event itself. Anyway, set your calendars for March 13th, everybody. It's a Saturday. We're gonna have a bunch of improv shows and we're gonna do a sketchgram, and it's gonna be real fun.
That's a great. I mean, you picked literally the perfect day. That was the day that our bar furloughed us all, March 13th of last year.
Yeah.
That was it.
Rather than have a 1 year Let's Be Sad, we decided to have a 1 year. There it is.
Nice.
Right. So on March 12th, 2020, our theaters went dark. We're celebrating 1 year of misery with the Doomsday Commemoration Mega Show. It's Saturday, March 13th at 6 p.m. live on Twitch. We've got Astronomy Club. We have classic UCB weekend team GOAT. We have celebrated UCB Herald team Game 7 and all of those other things that you see on the poster. And then it ends at midnight with a special edition of Sketchcram. So you're getting it all. You're getting improv. You're getting sketch. You're getting kind of like sad memories of a wasted year. It will be very fun.
Finally, some sad memories. I'm running short over here.
Yeah.
We're gonna wallow in happiness. It'll be good.
Oh, what a dream. That's fun. In the meantime, why don't we throw to our next friggin' character?
But wait, we haven't said what that ingredient was, and I think it's blood.
I think that's 100% right, which is a good.
So far, we have jizz and blood.
We're mixing it. I feel like this is maybe a soup.
Might be a soup. Let's find out.
Sauce.
But this next thing might throw a little wrench in that mix. So let's find out. Please welcome into your eyes and ears Grandma's meatball recipe.
Wow.
Schönes Mädchen, komm doch noch rüber. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nie wieder. Komm schon, schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal her. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nicht mehr alleine tanzen.
Hello, and welcome to Real Country Cooking, the show that takes cooking back to its real simple roots, the country. I'm your host, Farmer Dave P. Rockefeller St. Ives. Everybody these days wants to make cooking complicated with their high-tech immersion blenders and sous vide water tanks. What is this, Keanu Reeves' The Matrix? A movie I saw and believed for several years? No. My grandmother, Nona, got by just fine with her oven and a healthy dose of chutzpah. And, of course, her in-house maid staff who cooked everything and also raised her children. Well, today we're going to take a page out of her recipe book and cook Grandma Nona's old-fashioned country meatballs. I have such fond memories of sitting at Nona's kitchen table as she hand-rolled her signature meatballs. Or more specifically, berated her kitchen staff to do it while she lightly wrapped their knuckles with a meat tenderizer if they wasted even a leaf of basil. Grandma kept it simple by starting with a basic piece of meat. In this case, a 16-ounce Kobe beefsteak, killed and slaughtered on a private jet on its way from Osaka to our multi-million-dollar country home on Martha's Vineyard. Now you're going to want to chop that beef up and blend it with pork taken from the actual pig from Babe, Pig in the City. Using a celebrity pig is expensive, but it's worth it. You can taste the childhood dreams. While you're cooking, a little about me. Like all very rich people, I am simultaneously anti-vax and somehow have already received my COVID vaccine before you ever even heard of such a thing. Now, once your meat is cut, you want to blend in 2 eggs. My grandma Nona, when she wasn't whiskey drunk screaming about how her husband only cared about his money, which was true, she would love to walk out to her country chicken coop and squeeze farm fresh eggs out of those chickens. A lot of times she'd squeeze the chickens right to death like Lenny and the rabbits from Of Mice and Men. God, I miss her meaty hands. But while you're adding your eggs, fun fact, like all ungodly rich people, I hate what Donald Trump did to this country, but I voted for him twice and will gladly do so again in the future. Now you're going to want to blend in some breadcrumbs. You can use regular store-bought breadcrumbs like some sort of penny-sucking poor, or you can do what real country folk do and kidnap the croissant baker from Magnolia Bakery in New York City and force her to craft individual crumbs until her fingers are riddled with carpal tunnel. She's right here just off camera, softly sobbing. In country cooking, it's the little things that matter, like kidnapping. And a little about me, like all money bin having motherfuckers, I simultaneously believe in civil society, but also belong to a cabal of rich people who've been constructing a secret society on the dark side of the moon that I will escape to once Earth's environment collapses. If you're lucky, I'll be kicking your face out of the plane door with my $10,000 Yeezys. Now that you've got everything blended, throw it away and order a Cetra caviar flown in from Vladimir Putin's private fridge in St. Petersburg, just like Grandma Nona used to. Sure, it costs a little more, but you can taste the authoritarianism. And that's real country cooking.
What a dream.
Woo!
What a dream.
Justin Tyler, everybody. Just so you know, that monologue actually won a Characters Welcome world record. That was the longest we've heard that transition music.
No.
That was the furthest we've ever gotten into that song. There's a little change that happens, and it's all thanks to you. And
also, go ahead, Michael.
We gotta put up this comment.
Yeah.
From Scott Berkebile, who might be my baby. And it says, "This better be some costume." And then it is followed up with, "Oh, it's not. LOL."
You know what? I got up to go get this spoon, which I just held. And then I dropped it and it kicked over and I had to get it and then button my shirt.
That's so slapstick.
It really was. I should have had the camera on.
Because you are known for taking your sweet ass time, but normally it's accompanied by
a huge payoff. This was more of an edging kind of situation.
Yeah.
I'm always edging, trying to edge as much as possible.
I'm always edging. So
Really?
What is the ingredient from that piece that will join blood and jizz to be the recipe that we're working on for this show?
Money?
See, the fun thing is,
we don't know what
we
you're
have
talking
no
about.
idea what you're talking.
During the transition, we were like,
We went,
do
"Do you know what this bit is?" And we went, "No."
Early on, I said every piece is what you guys were here. It was in the middle of our hosting.
Yeah.
Every piece is an ingredient in a recipe that is the show.
Was I preparing for my piece during that?
Maybe you were. So it's really just Sarah's fault for not
No,
listening.
I was
took
in
the
the other
camera.
room.
I
He
took
took the
the whole
camera in the
computer
other
away.
room. Right?
I'm messing around. So that now makes sense.
Instead of guessing and trying to contribute,
We're just gonna
we were just gonna ask.
No, and I think you did the right thing. So yes, what we said before Grandma Cumsock was that each piece contributes an ingredient to whatever dish we're cooking by the end of it.
Now we get it. Great.
I would have liked if you guys tried to contribute for the whole rest of the show and just didn't quite know. And you were like,
faked
"Ah."
it.
You guys, everyone can go back to the last moment you guys talked about that, and we both went, "Yeah."
If you guys occasionally were like, "Kale, right?" And we were like,
that was
"No."
on game. That was what they just did.
Oh boy, sorry.
Hilarious.
I want to say the answer is squeezed eggs.
Ooh,
Yeah, eggs squeezed, freshly squeezed from a
I
chicken.
love
That
that.
was very funny.
Also,
Right out of a chicken's body. Terrible.
Also-
Jizz, blood, and freshly squeezed eggs.
also, so far, my piece has been deconstructed 2 times so far. In the second piece, we got talk of a sock puppet,
Mhm.
and in the third piece, we got talk of grandma. I'm very excited to see it continue to be distilled down.
Yeah, I think our next guest is just playing cum, the world's cum.
I believe.
Beautiful. What a beautiful gift to endow on our next guest. To
You
say
know.
that they're playing cum. Congrats. That's great. I'm sure they feel great right now.
No, but we're about to introduce the guest. That was just a hypothetical hosting thing.
The best.
And then when we transition, a little behind the curtain, we transition into the introduction portion of this. Then we'll just change completely what's happening.
Justin,
Should I go put my spoonbacks over the next 10 to 12
I will
months?
say,
Yeah, only if
Justin,
it's 30 rooms away.
Justin, immediately after every one of Justin's characters, no matter if he put shit all over his face or if he went to the other room for a spoon, he's really feeling himself with the prop.
That's
You're
true. And let me say, I didn't go to the other room. I went right over there. That's where the spoon was.
The
So-
longest we've ever gotten into the song.
Right. All right, let's see our next character. What do you say?
I'm surprised we have enough song to cover that.
I'm surprised.
You're blowing this up. I did not go some unreasonable amount of time.
We thought
We
there was
made
a-
it to the bridge. I'm just
We
kidding.
thought there was a technical difficulty.
Well,
we really
you
did.
guys are panickers, and you need to
It's not
trust
important.
your old
It's not
pal JT.
I'm not going to announce this next character because I don't know how to pronounce the name of this.
Oh,
Nobody does. No one's ever said this word aloud, but we're excited to welcome out this character. It's one of my favorite fonts. Please welcome the font Arial.
Schön, schönes Mädchen, komm doch noch rüber. Schönes Mädchen.
It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single font in possession of a good fortune must be in want of another font.
Here we are, dear sister, at yet another formatting ball. How I dread these dances. Everyone else is dressed up in italics, but not I. I'm just Ariel, quick-witted, sharp-tongued, and plain. I brought a book to the dance. But you, dear sister, if every font in this room doesn't end the night completely in love with you, Lucida handwriting, then I am no judge of beauty. Look, sister, all of the font families are here. The Scripts, the Old Faces, and of course, Curls MT, the town idiot. And that font over there, with the quizzical brow, why, that's Mr. Times New Roman. He's unfriendly, aloof, and I'm not in love with him. Lucida, I'm not. Ariel and Times New Roman? We'd make a terrible match. He's elegant, I'm so simple. He's serif, I'm sans serif. He's refined, and I'm constantly bringing baskets of food to the poor. Shh, shh, he's coming over. Your Grace. What? Would I give you the honor of a dance? I suppose. Well, Mr. Times New Roman, I'm shocked you asked me to dance. How very bold of you. Apparently, everyone at the Ton says that we're the perfect match. But both you and I know that we couldn't be less aligned. After all, I've no lands to my name, no title. You'll never ampersand me. I'm incorrigible. Go jump off a glyph. What? You like my shoes? Oh, I didn't think anyone noticed my footer. Mr. Times New Roman, perhaps we're not so different, you and I. We may disagree on many things, but we're a very similar character. I can tell you agree. It's written all over your typeface. What in the wingdings am I saying? Ariel and Times New Roman? Don't make me laugh. What are you, Comic Sans? Let me get one thing clear, Mr. Times New Roman. I'll never love you. Never. Even if you move heaven and Helvetica. Thank you for the dance. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go smudge one out in the bathroom.
That's hilarious.
Does that count as a deconstruction, Eric? Smudging one out?
I came.
The whole time I was like, I don't think we're gonna get it. And we talked about masturbating.
Amazing.
Wow, amazing.
Amazing.
Kathleen Cameron, everybody.
Hello.
Cameron.
Our guests this week are bringing the fucking green screen heat.
Yes, beautiful. But that costume's not green screen. Why do you have that?
Would you believe it's been hanging around in my garage for a year, and I pulled it out this morning, and I was like, okay, the ringlets are like still curled, so that's a win.
So, is that from like a play of some sort, or
No, I was a part of Poughkeepsie character show, and this was like the second character that I did in like October of 2019.
Wonderful. Well, it felt like you sort of updated it to be similar to that Netflix show. Am I wrong?
I mean, those Vitamin String Quartet covers that they do of pop songs are a gift.
Yeah. And also,
They are good. I did recognize it when it began.
right?
Love the Streams? Come on.
Yeah.
that show is? Is anyone watching Bridgerton?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The amount of straight up humping going on in that show is,
There's a lot of humping.
I'm not mad at it.
and jizzing in grandma's sock off to the side, obviously.
Yeah.
Which is always a weird part of it. I actually think it's a little discordant with the rest.
It's unnecessary, it feels like.
Yeah. One character's a puppet. It's actually really weird.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Kathleen, what have you been up to? I feel like I ask you this all the time, and not to make this about your father, but how's your dad doing after his viral fame? Still doing.
He quotes. I did a masterclass parody starring him in April or May, and it was called Masterclass. Your dad teaches loading the dishwasher. He quotes it daily to this day.
Of course.
Gone to his head, maybe? I don't know.
Wow.
You told me at one point in time he was just refreshing it, and he would yell from the other room like, "It got 114 more views."
Absolutely.
What better gift can you give to a father in this time?
Than attention.
Yeah.
I know.
So funny.
How's that been? Like living? You've been with the Rents lately, right?
That's true. I moved home to my hometown in Connecticut because my lease was up in the summer, and it's actually been great.
I mean,
I'm an only child, and it's actually been, I mean, obviously I'm not happy about the pandemic, but it's actually been like a blessing to spend time with my parents as someone who's not a hormonal teenager anymore, so they can like get to know me as like a cool person.
They can re-enjoy you. Yes.
Yeah. And so we can make videos.
It's okay if you're really, really happy about the pandemic, Kathleen.
Yeah. Love it.
I'm going to go on the record.
Wow.
Pro COVID.
Oh, boy.
I went home for the summer, and as I feel like you're perhaps much younger than me, you reach a point where then the parent-child equalizes, and then it's like, uh-oh, this is fucked in a weird way. We can't really relate anymore because you're bringing your problems to me, and I'm like, figure it out, Mom.
Oh, your parents didn't ask you to solve their problems when you were a child?
I mean,
I'm not familiar with this.
wow, interesting.
We'll peek behind Sarah's curtain.
Yeah. That's I feel that Jean Jacket energy on that statement. Big
Ooh, dripping with denim. Positively dripping.
It'll all make sense very soon.
Oh, good. Okay.
The only thing, like the biggest thing I remember from my dad growing up was that he was obsessed. He really liked AC/DC and was obsessed with Angus Young, the frontman of AC/DC, who dressed. Did I already tell you this? Is this familiar to anyone? And Angus Young is like the guy that dresses up like the adult man that dresses up like a schoolboy in like short shorts, frontman of AC/DC. Think about that whenever you hear an AC/DC. My dad would like blast AC/DC music and stomp around the house and be like, just like Angus Young does.
And what was your take on that?
What was my take on that? I mean, I feel like I thought it didn't impact me in any way, but I do wear pretty short shorts now.
That didn't impact me, but I do the same exact thing.
I don't know if something imprinted, but here we are.
Hilarious. My mom also, she would wait too long during the transition music to show up. So
Yeah.
You got that from her. Mhm.
What can
That's
you do?
beautiful.
Kathleen, are there any new Poughkeepsie shows coming up or anything?
We not at the moment, but I can I ask people to follow me on TikTok because I don't do comedy or anything. Over the quarantine, I taught myself how to play the plastic recorder, and that's exclusively what I do on TikTok. I just play covers of songs on the plastic recorder. So if that sounds like anybody's deal, follow me.
Wow.
Awesome.
So funny.
They're great.
I love
Yes, and please never do comedy on TikTok. Let's really try to keep all comedy off of TikTok. That would be great.
It's a serious platform.
Oh boy. Well, Kathleen.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Thanks for having me.
Great job.
Thanks
Yeah,
a
so
lot.
much fun.
See
Thank
you soon. Tell your dad we say hi.
I will.
What a dream. What a dream. So
So-
funny. Oh boy.
Just love her.
Oh boy. She's great.
She's the best.
She's
The best.
I loved that green screen. I liked that it was blurry.
Every time I try to do green screen, it does I think reads my face as I have sort of a flat face. It reads my face as the background, and I become this weird.
Oh yeah, hi, I'm Sarah Smallwood Parsons. Cameras actually don't recognize my face.
Literally,
So if I book this, it's going to be a floating dress.
the green screen on me like a perfectly pale canvas.
Mm.
That's the price you pay for being an alabaster beauty.
Yeah,
There you
exactly.
Oh yes.
This age of green screen, but it gives you the director the ultimate freedom to craft the face however they want.
That's a good point.
Exactly.
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
I'll get some color in this face.
Let us know.
How about we keep this hog rolling? What do you think?
Should we?
What
Should we roll that
ingredient?
hog?
What ingredient did Kathleen bring to this thing?
A dash of something, I think.
Oh, a dash. That's smart. A dash of dash. You know.
A dash.
A dash of Mrs. Dash.
What's the most flavorful font?
There we go.
The most flavorful font. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's hard. Wingdings, I guess, look like little foodies. I don't know.
Wingdings.
Wingdings.
Wingdings?
Wingdings sounds like a shitty place you could get boneless buffalo, whatever.
100%.
Hell yeah, you can get it at
Wild
Wingdings.
So she was a dash of wingdings.
A dash of
Oh,
wingdings.
someone commented a pinch of punctuation. Hello.
Okay.
Oh,
Alliteration.
alliterative triumph.
Good.
Love it.
Gosh, I can't wait to see. Let's let this soup simmer and see who's next, huh?
Oh yeah.
Let's let the soup simmer with a pinch of
do it.
punctuation. And welcome out our next guest. Very excited. This guy's got to be ready to chomping at the bit to get back to work. Please welcome a Minister of Tourism.
Hello, America. My name is Cecil Hefflingtonshire, and I'm Great Britain's Minister of Tourism. With the advent of the Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and now Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines, it appears we're on the precipice of a grand global reopening, and that Americans will once again be able to visit England. Legally. But I wonder, maybe don't, though? Like, can you come here? Technically, sure, but should you? Great question, and one worth exploring, perhaps at length. This past year has been unspeakably tragic, marred by immeasurable loss. But for us, it's also been kind of chill. And a big part of that has been not dealing with the specific brand of underinformed, blustery jingoism that only Americans can brandish. I've sort of talked it over with everyone, and we don't miss you a metric ton. Excuse me. We don't miss you a ton. Did you understand that time? Yes, it has been 1 year since England's tourism industry completely collapsed. But it's also been 1 year since anyone barged into one of our pubs and shouted, "Y'all got sweet tea?" Ultimately, that's a trade-off we're willing to make. Similarly, it's been an entire calendar year since anyone has walked into the Gilbert Bayes Gallery at the V&A and exclaimed, "Yo, Bobby! What is this, the titties room?" 2 weeks ago, Buckingham Palace announced that, for the first time since 1964, it is 100% free of Dorito dust. Nature, as they say, is healing. What I'm trying to say is, we're all set. View-wise. We're already dealing with Brexit. We don't need to add to it with an American entrance. Now, for you Anglophiles out there, you'll still be able to get your fix from home in the States. You can still watch our football matches 5 hours earlier than you want them. You'll have access to rubbery boiled meats in the Irish pubs of New York City. And if you're obsessed with shoddy dentistry, just visit any meth town in the Midwest. From what I hear, there's plenty to choose from. Well, I'm off then. I've got to go sniff a dank London alleyway and be filled with pride knowing its stench of piss was created exclusively by British-born alcoholics. Cheerio, or as you might prefer, Count Chocula, you animals. Oh, in America, don't worry. We still like you better than the French.
Wow.
Hi, well, hi, Nate.
Hartley with another Franco takedown to end his piece.
Delightful.
Finally.
Well, I think
Finally, someone said it.
I think we know what our addition to the recipe is sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Your piece made me realize that there are so many different types of awful American. You know?
Oh, yeah, which is why I tried to sprinkle it with multiple types of awful
You really
American.
did. You really did, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're not a monolith. Ugly Americans is a beautiful tapestry of experience.
Absolutely.
It's true. We get a little bit of it when Justin and I talk very candidly about our hometown's cow shit bingo.
Bring your
Hammer
toes.
a nail into the side of a tree trunk instead of talking to
what
each
was that
other.
called again?
That was called nails. Being a real humchucker, which is something that we all know what I'm talking about.
Humchucker, of course.
Right.
What a dream. Have you all been to England?
No.
I have.
Wow.
I got in just under the buzzer.
You took like a one price go for it trip, right? Was that you?
Yeah, it was last Thanksgiving, right before this all went to hell.
That's right.
Yeah.
I went to London for 3 nights and to Rome for 3 nights, and it was truly wonderful, and I can't wait to be doing things like that again.
You didn't go to France? Is it because you truly don't like the
No,
French?
I've been to France. I went to France for 3 weeks when I was a teen. So I want to go new places.
I think it's hard. I went to France when I was a teen too. I think it's hard because all you want to do is masturbate in your aunt and uncle's attic. You know?
Yeah, all you want to do is just really give that sweet little baby clit some stem.
I'm like, I really just like to wash my hands and then go back up.
You're like,
to the
I'm
attic.
already visiting.
I'm at the Louvre in my own way. Yeah.
What stinks, Sarah? Oh, it's the cheese again. It's always the cheese.
That episode of Emily in Paris.
When I went, the Louvre was actually closed, and the top of the Eiffel Tower was closed, and I really felt personally attacked. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, that's rough. Did
Yeah,
both.
I also took a bunch of pictures, and then I accidentally shrunk them down to tiny, awful size to put them on MySpace, so I don't have any pictures from the trip.
Unfortunately, your pain is my absolute delight. Apparently,
Absolutely, and also I got a sketch done by like the water by an artist, and it looked like me if my face were about 2 inches longer. So all around good trip.
Mademoiselle, I cannot draw your face. It's just a blank canvas here.
I
Something with your
don't
face.
see, it's a floating dress.
But all in all, figuring that my you-know-what can go wee, I think was really worth there.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. Had sex. She had sex
With myself, yeah.
Nice.
Folks, what do you say we bring out our next guest?
I say yes.
This is exciting because we're all broadcasting from the tri-state area, greater New York City area. But we're gonna switch it up. So please, everyone, let's head down to Cold Town Theater in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Hello, characters, welcome! Make some noise! I'm so excited to bring out our next guest. I'll give you some backstory starting now. There are a few times in our lifetimes when we are blessed to be alive at the time of a legend. Even fewer times than that when we're blessed with a country legend. And even fewer times than that when we're blessed with the legend of a big old country dyke. Characters, welcome. Make some noise for Liz Bean. I've got me a harness, the leather is worn. Strap it in nice and tight, we'll ride until the morn. I know I'm a stud, you think this one's for me? Well, my legs are in the air, girl, I'm a pillow queen. How's it going, everybody? It's great to be here tonight. My name is Liz Bean, and I'm here to sing you an anthology of my greatest hits. Like this next one. It's called Open Road. Open road, Texas sky. I love my wife and I'm a woman. Thank you. This next one's about the silicone loves in my life. It's called All My Peens. Oh, the peens in my life are synthetic. I got a whole wooden box of them covered in cum. Yeah, I said cum. This next one's a classic. It's called Got Myself a Cowgirl. I met myself a woman some 20 years ago in the fields of Montana, or was it Idaho? She was strong, she was handsome. I knew she was the one. Oh, I got myself a cowgirl, and she's really dumb. Thank you. Y'all know I was never one for shy, to shy away from any controversy. This one's called Taking It Back. Well, I'm taking back bitch, and I'm taking back cunt, and I'm taking back dyke. Come any of those, and I'll say you're right. Thank you. Where my tomboys at? How about my tom girls? How about my tom people? This next one is for the softest butch in all of us. It's called Softest Butch. Softest butch. You held my cat and then you fixed my roof. Softest butch. You read me poems, then you grabbed my tush. Softest butch. You held the door for me in big black boots. The softest butch. Boy, girl, or none of that, you're serving looks. Softest butch. Thank you. This next one's a hit from my Spanish record. It's called Labios. Ay, mi amor. Tengo amor en mi corazón para sus labios. Ay, mi amor. Tengo amor en mi corazón. Para sus labios. Gracias. Muchísimas gracias. And of course, a reprise of the hit that time would not let die. Still got myself a cowgirl. I've met a whole lot of women, but I've only loved one. I still got myself a cowgirl, and she's still really dumb. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all have been great. My name's been Lesbian.
I love that.
De La Fuente, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
How are you? Great job.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So,
Just killer winks.
Killer Winks.
Been working on
The
them.
shortest songs. I mean, that was like 12 tracks or something. Those are short songs, but they slap.
Well, thank you so much. It's not the size; it's the presence.
Exactly.
Sometimes it is the size because we got to talk about that mustache that you started with.
Oh,
Holy hell, look at that thing.
she was bushy. Where is she?
Where is she?
Where is
Here she is. Thank
There she
you.
There's Ms. Mustache.
It was from a murder mystery. You know how it's been in quarantine. It was actually very fun.
Of all the mustaches that have come on this show, many have fallen off, and that one I was pinned for a real faller offer.
This stash.
Yeah, that one stayed.
There's a sticker on her. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate that. Your mustache was really sticky.
I mean, it is one of the rarer feats.
No. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
What have you been up to during quarantine? Anything exciting?
I've been doing some Twitch comedy. I have a really awesome project called Queer Town Presents Quarantine, where we do a pop culture variety show every other week on Twitch. You can find that at coldtowntv.twitch. Which is we'll be back on March 12th again for another episode. So that's been keeping me pretty busy.
Because you're actually in Texas. You're in Austin, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, down in Austin. Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cold Town Comedy Theater is a great comedy theater. I've done a couple shows there over the years. Very cool.
Awesome. Have you really? That's like Austin Sketch Fest or something like that. Or?
Yeah, I think Sketchfest truly like a while ago now, maybe 9 years ago or something. And I know Chrissy Shackelford very well.
Yes, Chrissy's so funny. Woof,
I love Chrissy.
We hosted a show together up right until quarantine every Friday night at the Old EC.
Oh, damn. No, she's a world-class talent for sure. We crossed paths. I never actually met her, but I know of her. And she's left a snail trail of legend juice right.
And that's the way she puts it too. She talks about her.
Yeah,
snail.
weird. The exact same phrase.
Weird. Okay, she needs to get it checked out.
And you just did the CBS Diversity Showcase.
I did. Yes.
Of which I am a 2012 alum.
2012.
I gotta say, it's so much better when they film it and make it a nice little sketch show filmed for television. It was so funny this year. It was so
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. You can watch the full one if y'all want to. Let's see if I get this right. Viacomcbs.com /showcase-2021.
There it is.
There's also
check it out. Yeah, the whole show's really funny, I thought.
Whole show's super funny. A lot of banger songs. Nick Gage, who works at Second City up in Chicago, made some killer tunes for us. There's a track called Shorty Can't Spell that I'm in. She don't pay attention to the red underline. No. I played the dumb one in that one.
Real
it's
funny.
real great.
Real funny.
That sketch is real great. We also got a Niles Crane love song in there. It's an O-Town NSYNC VSB throwback that Calvin Seabrooks wrote of The Gag, which you may know now. which is one of my faves. And there's an AOC rap in there. I'm obviously gonna plug all the songs. I mean, so many sketches are just absolutely great.
What a dream. Do you play guitar in real life? Do you make music?
I'm sorry, it flipped out. Do I make music in real life?
Yeah. Are you
no, not really. It wasn't until I started doing sketch and like writing solo characters that the music started coming out, and then I was like, oh, I guess I should learn. But like, I've played the same, like maybe most of us, the same power chords since I was 8, all through, and then the pentatonic scale in maybe 2 shapes max, and that's it. But that's enough to write country songs, baby.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
That's more than I got, baby. So,
baby,
that's good.
Started our musical career in the trenches of high school marching band, and that's okay.
Trombone.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Kindred spirits.
Okay.
I played the 4th grade and really bailed out early on that.
Okay,
Really
we're not gonna call you a quitter though. No.
Please.
No.
We had like a plastic recorder player like 2 characters ago. So
Justin, do you still have a goddamn spoon in your hand, dude?
Yeah, I do. I'm feeling it.
Wow. Goddamn spoon indeed. Laura, so great to have you on the show.
Oh
so
God,
nice
so
to
great
meet
to be here.
you. That was great.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, come back soon.
Later. So
what a
sweet.
delight.
What a chipotle pepper to add into the mix.
I mean, that feels very Austin to say.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
I want to go there. I've never been to Austin.
Great town. I've been there a few times. Lovely place. I know it's gotten clogged with humans in the last. There's like so many people have moved there, but
really, no one needs those.
Yeah,
no one needs
but
those. We need one type of human. Let's welcome our next guest.
Oh, nice.
Oh, transition.
I really went for it because I can already, you know what? I could feel Kurt sweating right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
That's a
Let's go to our
sweaty
next. He's sweating. Let's go to our next wonderful piece, folks. Please welcome to the Tiny Tiny Rectangles a man from the cover of a romance novel.
Woo!
Så schönes Mädchen, komm doch noch rüber. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nie wieder.
Hello, it is me, the man from the cover of a romance novel. Ooh, the music. I am Italian. I am a rich, and I am here to seduce you. But I should tell you, I have been a sexy my whole life, and I've never had to try hard. Things a little differently. First, I will lay you down on a bed of wildflowers and rub my boner into your hip bone way too hard over your jeans. Do you like that? No? Weird, it feels so good for me. I will run on my hand through your hair and pull on it. But I don't pull it in the back. I pull it right in the front. If that does not make you wet, my darling, do not worry. I will assume it is a personal problem. Hold on 1 second. I have to fight these pirates. Ha ha! Now that we are done with literally all of the foreplay, it is time for us to get naked. Instead of just getting up, I will wiggle my pants down to my ankles, and you will help me, even though you are trapped underneath my enormous body. And then I will let you take your own clothes off, because I am a feminist. Next, I will give you the oral pleasure of going down on me. I will go down on you if I am not too thigh. One of my lips will be under your thigh, then under your lips, then for some reason back on your thigh. I don't want to brag, but I am so good at this that no woman has ever asked me to do it twice. Oh, hold on 1 second. I have to grab this little fish out of the ocean. Yes. That's how I pick everything up. Oh, now that you have come a whole bunch, I assume, it is time for us to have a sex for way too long. We will do all kinds of uncomfortable positions that showcase my strength, like a standing up, or a standing up, or missionary, but you're on the edge of the bed, so I'm still standing up. And then, when we are done, I will throw the condom right onto your floor, even though your trash can is right fucking there. Are you ready, my darling? Because we're about to make somebody's aunt come a super hard.
Sarah Smallwood Parsons, everybody, and more importantly, not Sarah Smallwood Parsons' areolas. Congratulations.
Nice job.
It's a party.
Wow, confident.
So confident.
I have a feeling that guy was maybe sitting on the floor of an attic in Paris when you were visiting. Any truth?
It's all connected. It's all connected for sure. Somebody messaged
Parisian attic all over it.
Somebody commented on one of my YouTube videos, or it might have been somebody in here that commented on one of my things that's like, Eric, you do so many characters about how sex is so scary. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Did you not know you did that?
Like,
so
what?
funny.
Well, it's just weird when somebody else is like, look at these 7 examples of like what might be trauma or like,
In our time coming up through the character system at our comedy theaters, it's good to give notes about specific characters, but rarely do you give an overarching note like, hey man, you gotta check out sex in your life.
you need to re-examine your relationship with this dude.
That's very funny.
Oh, well.
That's the future of therapy, crowdsourced comment therapy.
Well, my therapist did tell me the other day that he watched some of my videos.
Really?
Nearly dropped him on the spot.
Fair.
Wow.
Did he ask
Do
permission?
you have a favorite?
No, he didn't ask. What'd you say? Well, yeah, the one that he brings up is the one where I say, and I quote, "Let's all go hunt down and murder our therapists for making us feel feelings." And he wanted to talk about that.
Wow, that guy's a narc. That's fucked up. You can't be right?
I think it's fucked up.
Now, folks, we've just got one more character left, but just so you know, the comedy does not end there.
Oh, tell me
If you are watching on Twitch at 9:30, we have a former UCB mod team after school snack doing a sketch show, and they're paired with former UCB Lloyd team Shrek, who is going to be doing fairy tale themed improv. That's right. Even though we think the movie Shrek is fine, we think the improv team Shrek is chef's kiss.
I know where we got to move on for time, but I did just follow a Twitter account yesterday that tweets out a single frame from the first Shrek movie. You saw that?
I saw that account exists, and I was going to send it to you, and then I was like, no, I'm not. I'd love to not talk about that.
And I was already following.
You are trapped in this Shrek prison yet again. Anyone who hates weird vegetables loves weird Shrek.
I'm trapped in an onion of my own creation. True.
An onion.
Let's welcome, though, our very final guest for tonight.
Go ahead.
Oh, my God. Folks, please welcome the last remaining 1-800 dentist operator.
Uh-huh. No problem. You're welcome. Choosing a dentist is hard. That's why there's 1-800-DENTIST, America's #1 hotline for dental referrals since 1991. I know what you're thinking. Why would you just look online? Well, I'll tell you. I don't know. I've been wondering that same thing since 2001. That was the day I showed up to work and no one was here. There had been rumblings at the company that there were going to be layoffs, but no one ever formally told me anything. And then I just came to work and I was just standing all alone here in the call center. And all I heard was the hum of like computers on. And then suddenly the phone rang and I put on my headset and I said, "Thank you for calling 1-800-DENTIST." They keep signing my checks and I keep showing up and I don't ask too many questions. Because who would I ask? But I do know a lot about dentists, mostly from Googling it, which is what I do most days. I just Google dentists and wait for the phone to ring. Sometimes I think about the fact that I'm sitting here Googling dentists, hoping someone will call me. And that the reason that's happening, that no one's calling me, is because they're at home Googling dentists. And then I scream, "Irony!" at the top of my lungs. So I am the only employee here at the 1-800-DENTIST office. And I laugh and laugh and laugh. And then I look at porn or eat something. But if you do call us, I'd be happy to connect you with one of our 1-800-DENTIST certified practitioners. Are you looking for routine dental work done on a budget? Let me suggest Dr. Adam Kotlerwitz. You'll save hundreds of dollars in expensive anesthesia because after his most recent round of lawsuits, he is legally forbidden from handling Schedule I narcotics. As an extra bonus, since Dr. Kotlerwitz is no longer a member of the American Dental Association, he doesn't have to pay expensive dues and can pass the savings on to you. Or maybe you're looking for a dentist that can work on the whole family. Let me suggest Dr. Adam Kotlerwitz again. He's not particularly good with children, but he is the last person who still pays to be listed on 1-800-DENTIST. Otherwise, I know a whole lot about other dentists that I've researched, and they just seem great. I mean, they seem great. I actually haven't been to a dentist in 3 years. I haven't had a raise since 1998, and we never got dental insurance here. Once again, irony! So call 1-800-DENTIST today. We have an operating standing by who is literally praying to God that you'll call. And yes, I will admit it. No one was really on the phone at the beginning of the commercial. I was just trying to model what it would be like. The last call I got was someone who just had misdialed a phone sex line. And honestly, I was so bored, I just went with it. I just tried my best to sound like a woman. Like, "Oh, yes, this is Martha." I didn't realize, but like 2 days later, I remembered that my mom's name is Martha. Anyway, I just tried to kind of like stay out of his way and let him do his thing. It was Jack. He asked me to tell him that I was relacing an old pair of tennis shoes, and I didn't mind. I mean, in fact, it was like the most interesting thing that had happened to me that year. To be totally honest with you, I started calling him just to break up the day. Then he changed his phone number, so I haven't. I'm not gay or anything. I don't think so anyway. I just would really love it if you would call 1-800-DENTIST today. Or honestly, just text me. My home phone number is 651-336-7564. Seriously. 1-800-DENTIST was once a really powerful brand, but now it's just kind of this phantom corporation, and I honestly don't know who pays rent here. I know who cleans it. Me. And since I haven't had a raise in 20 years, a lot of my paycheck goes to Clorox wipes. Like, a lot. I mean, I thought that maybe after COVID, my luck had finally run out, but no, the money keeps coming, and even when the whole country was shut down, I showed up here every day, and just kind of did this. Why don't I get a different job? Fuck you. You may be wondering how we can afford to make these ads. Well, I actually just created this 1-800-DENTIST ad myself and started the YouTube channel and everything, and no one wanted 1-800-DENTIST@gmail.com, so I got that email too. So leave a comment or subscribe, please, or email me, please, 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 please. And let me be clear, we don't have to talk about dentists. We don't have to talk. Maybe you could just call and breathe into the phone. I do like Pokemon and Archie comics if you want to talk about those, or what are you into? You know, when was the last time you saw a dentist? I'd really, really appreciate you giving me a call. Please. Now.
Shane O'Neill, everybody.
Oh, had to get out of that costume before I got here.
Oh, look at this hair. I haven't seen you.
Look at you.
It's really special.
It really
my
built something.
God.
What else? What else do you like about me?
Just amazing.
It's so good.
Eyes.
These old shoes.
Backdrop.
This actually is quite. I can't even joke about how beautiful this is. That's genuinely beautiful. You guys are all visions except for Michael. You missed the memo about the heather gray blue color scheme.
Yeah.
But everyone got the white cabinet memo.
Yep. Ding.
Every time I ever follow you, Sarah Smallwood Parsons, I feel uncourageous. And every time I follow Eric, I feel unprepared. So this has just been raking me over the coals of my self-esteem.
Wow.
Shane, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. When you don't know how to actually write well, you have to fill that space up with tons of props. Luckily, you know how to write very well.
When you don't feel confidently in your writing, you take your tits out and everything just turns out okay, you know?
Or you just improvise.
There it is.
Yeah, Eric and Sarah had a show called Animals and Objects, but I'd pressed them to please title it Props and Tits.
That's much better.
They said no.
It would have been more popular.
So sorry, it had one show at UCB and it cost us well over $1,000.
Oh wait, was this like a pre-pandemic moment?
It was the last
thing. We had one show.
Yeah.
Wait, so you closed the theater? Congratulations.
We weren't. We did. We closed the theater. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Rematch the show. Post-COVID, pick up the run right where I left off.
Grab it.
Yeah, pick it right back up.
I have to
Just
find
perform it at that Subway next door to the theater.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Shane, what have you been up to lately? Anything?
Girl, just my pandy hobby has been tarot. I've been entertaining a lot. Now that sketch comedy and socializing have gone out the window, I've just become the new age mom that I've always should have been in the first place. So if anybody wants a tarot reading, you just let me know. I will read you to filth.
Wow. That is amazing.
I am into that.
Wait, have you done that character, like a tarot reader that like reads you to filth? I love that.
Oh no, you know what? I remember I pitched a tarot reader, which I still should probably do, of like a tarot reader who tells you that all the cards are good even though they're not. Because every time you get a tarot reading, they're like, "That's the death card." I know it looks,
but here's why it's good.
But it's not. So that's every single one. But I'd love for it to be like.
I just want to see you tear someone to shreds via
Oh
tarot.
yes, me too. Someone told me that my tarot mentor told me that being a tarot reader is just being a therapist with no boundaries, and I said, I love it. No boundaries,
no knowledge,
no boundaries, no knowledge,
no boundaries, and no expertise whatsoever.
I need to make sure that my therapist does not discover tarot because he already has no boundaries.
Oh, there you go.
That would make
there you go. As whatever. I'm told that there's a way of approaching tarot as a Jungian analyst that some therapists really cleave to, and I do not recommend you see any of those therapists.
I asked my therapist if he wanted to see one of my videos, and he was like, "Don't really think we're there yet."
What? By the way, I actually also started therapy. That's been another COVID hobby which I never did. But the first guy I found, I should have realized the warning sign. His logo was a meditating frog, which should have tipped me off in the first place.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out between us. But he told me he accepted my insurance, and then like I got a bill and I was like, "You said you took my insurance." So he emailed me privately and was like, "Hey, so I'm a licensed drug counselor, but not a therapist. So I was sort of using our sessions to get accredited, but I feel really bad. So if you give me your Venmo, I'll reimburse you personally, but please don't tell my bosses."
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Which I was like, fine. So I gave him my Venmo. And then the company was like, oh, whoops, your insurance did cover it. Here's your money back. So then he was like, hey, can I have the
my money
back? And then
No.
the best part was that his transactions were public, and all of the transactions were between him and his son, and they were just like, sorry, bud, I'm really sorry. And like just like
Oh my
just another
God.
it's like just another fun night with your dad. I love you. And I was just like, this is worth it.
That is
my
worth
God.
every penny that you maybe earned from the whole interaction.
No. I gave him his money back.
Well, good. You should have given him his money back because he also provided you with buckets and buckets of unspeakable sadness.
It's true.
Holy shit!
I really
That is
enjoyed
so
it. Also, he was also a meditation-based therapist, and we only had 2 sessions. And at the end of the second session, I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to meditate for the next 15 minutes. I just knew it wasn't working out.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a dream! Holy shit, that is so fucking funny. Congratulations on starting therapy, though.
Hey,
That's
thank you. It's really great. 3 sessions
That's awesome.
in, so I'm still in just the talking about myself all the time. It's great.
Oh, love that.
Is there a different phase of that?
Well, I'm
Where
told that
you
at some
don't do
point they
that?
start. I'm told at some point they start calling you on your shit and being like, "That's a bad pattern." But for right now, it's just like
Oh,
a 45-minute open mic, baby. I love it.
yeah.
Done in my Subaru, so I can have privacy.
Ah,
I've decided to end the show. My ring light went out.
Therapy.
what a dream! We do have to. I wish we could sit here and chat with you all night because you are just the best, Shane. But we do have to get to our next show.
Miss
Thank
ya.
you so much for doing
Great
this.
to
I
see
miss
you.
each and every one
Thank
of you.
you. Love you, Shane.
Thank you for having me. This was great.
You bet.
We did it!
What a
Another
show.
show in the damn books. Wow.
Bring in a very upset Kurt Cruz.
Kurt,
Hop
come
in
on
here.
Bring him in.
Hey,
Oh, look at
Stop
him.
pouting and start putting up that goddamn tickly link now.
Put that ticket up. Put us up
Thank
on
you.
Kurt, I'm gonna send you a Venmo that says "Sorry, bud."
Another fun night with your dads.
You love being your dad. All 4 of us love being your dad, Kurt.
Thanks, Papas.
Oh,
To the
boy.
performers, everybody.
Yep.
Tip us right there. Make it happen. We've got a lot of recipes to make.
I think the dish that we just came up with is called Characters Welcome. Wow.
Yeah.
There it is.
Look at it.
That's called
Wow.
Characters Welcome.
Well,
There it is.
Great.
And
And
it's
that's
going to
why
be
he had
delicious.
the spoon in his hand the whole time. Now
Yes.
I understand.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right.
All
Thanks, everybody.
what a
See you
payoff.
next week. Stay
Bye.
tuned. Watch After School Snack and Shrek. Bye.
Shrek, Shrek.
Good night.